Hi, Michelle.
How are you?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. Now I know you very well, but some of our people may not know you. So can you tell us your name and who you work for and just get us started?
Certainly. My name is Nick Zaborenko, and I work at Eli Lilly and Company. I've been there for 13 years now, working as a chemical engineer in the synthetic molecule design and development, so drug product R&D.
Okay, that totally went over my head. I have no idea. But it sounds like important stuff. And Lily does great work, and our relationship with Lily here at Second Helpings is amazing. I can't say enough about what Lily does and how they especially partner with Second Helpings and make sure that we have volunteers. So we recently were together at Lily for their Black History celebration, which was amazing. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the mix of people that came down, the variety of people that participated in their diversity initiative, and so it was really cool. So while we were there, we talked about, we had people sign up for volunteering. So that was when I posed the question to you, hey, Nick, how about you come in and we could talk about what you do, and so people can find out about Second Helpings and how to get involved, especially from Lily and especially from groups. So you've been with Second Helpings since 2017.
Yes. As
a volunteer, and I've looked to check my notes, and you've got over 320 hours of volunteer service. Can you guess what dollar amount that impact is, if you had to guess?
If I had to guess, I would say probably about 10,000.
Well, not that much. Probably 7,000. And I'm
Order of
sure
magnitude.
in no time you'll hit that 10,000 mark in no time. So, so tell us about your involvement here at Second Helpings.
So I started out as a donor through Lily's United Way campaign. That's why I learned about Second Helpings back in 2014 or so. And after donating for a while and attending some of your fundraisers, big fan of Corks and Forks, I've decided to take the plunge into volunteering. And since Lily supports volunteering during office time, and they have an initiative to help employees volunteer more in the communities with the organizations that further the Lily mission of caring for people and caring for their communities. I've been volunteering on a monthly basis since that time, and about a year or year and a half after doing that, I realized that I could organize a group to volunteer during our annual day of service, which at Lilly, it happens every year. The last Thursday of September generally is called the Global Day of Service, where all employees are very strongly encouraged to join their teams, go out in the community and work on large-scale projects, but also possibly in smaller teams in projects that have particular significance either to the company or to the individuals involved. So that was the first time that I organized a group to come to Second Helpings from my department.
Okay.
And there was a lot of interest. So the moment I posted that, we filled all the slots in a very short time.
Amazing that we needed. So with you doing that, I mean, there's several organizations that fall underneath the United Way umbrella. What was it about Second Helpings that you were passionate about and you knew other people would be the same way?
Well, I love food. Food is a big motivator for me. But just the Second Helpings mission that has this multi-pronged approach, the tripod of food rescue, hunger relief, and job training, and bringing innovative, novel thinking to the culinary world, and giving people options and opportunities to develop themselves, go back out into the community, and be more productive, really resonated with me. And food waste is a big pet peeve of mine. And having an organization that is so deeply interconnected in the community with the other food suppliers and food vendors, where you can take the food that would be directed to waste and redirect it to very useful ways, just really emphasized to me the value of what Second Helpings does and what it can do both for the community, for the environment, and just highlight the education around that piece.
Sweet. Would you say that you see that when you're here? Would you say that is something that people notice? And especially when they do notice, are they surprised about the transparency that we carry here, that you see it the minute you walk in the door.
Oh, absolutely. I think everything you do from the moment food gets brought in to the moment that it's on the table or on a delivery truck, you see every step of the way where it came from, how much value added is brought in by the staff and the volunteers, and how much benefit it brings to that community.
Right.
You have log sheets weighing everything that comes in, weighing everything that goes out, including waste.
Yeah.
And even the waste is all minimized and distributed such that you have compost, you have waste oil going into biodiesel, you have recycling. So everything is accounted for one way or another.
Yeah.
So even spoilage is known and accounted for. So the transparency is there. You have whiteboards and charts everywhere as far as how much food got brought in, how much got rescued, how many meals were made, how many people were impacted that month, that quarter, that year.
Yeah.
So it's very well-oiled, very efficiently run machine. So.
Yeah. I try to take a look to see exactly how many people you brought in a group, and I think I lost count at probably about 30. So it could be more than that. What do you think that number is?
So 30 sounds about right as far as the number of individuals.
Yeah.
I think I've brought someone in every month of the year for the last more than that.
Yeah.
The last 5.5 years.
I think so.
Minus maybe 1 or 2 months during the start of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so I think we've averaged about 3 to 4 people per group, with quite a few repeat customers.
Yeah.
But I think 30 is about the right number of total specific individuals.
I've noticed that when they come in, they're very excited to still be here. It's like I can just imagine when you say, "Hey, I'm going on the second helping. Who wants to come?" That they're excited because it shows when they walk through the doors, and I think they're at home and they feel welcomed, and they know that there's a place for them to serve, and there always will be. So that's always been great to see everybody come in, and we've gotten to know people, and then we look forward to getting to know others. So one of the things that we do, we offer a tour for all new volunteers. And so in the morning when we know they're on groups days, and we'll say, well, Nick's bringing a group, and we can say, well, they've been here, and then it's nice to see that you've added someone else that hasn't been here. So
Exactly.
That's been great to see that. Go ahead.
And it's been very gratifying to see people from both ends of their career paths join, because we get right now a lot of new people in our department. We are hiring. We have new people joining pretty much almost weekly, and a lot of them haven't heard of Second Helpings. Those who have, maybe through the employee resource groups for new employees, they often will have kind of an orientation session here as well, and are excited to return. To have that opportunity in our department, it's been great to see a lot of people take advantage of that. And then there are people who are close to retirement age, who are interested in finding ways to serve their community, to give back now that they are looking forward to having more free time, and taking these opportunities and joining the group that I organized, and then after retiring, signing up as individual volunteers and coming back here. And then I get to see them regularly, having worked with them for years. Now I don't see them at work, but I see them here almost every month.
And that would be John Brennan. John Brennan has come, and then he brought his wife along, and he's brought some more people. As a matter of fact, I think he's got somebody joining him next week.
Yes.
So it's just a ripple effect, and that just means so much to be able to see that, and then connect it and put all the dots together of everyone and their connection to that. So it's great. Like, we've got our own ambassador at Little League, and that means a lot, because it's one thing to say something about an organization, but when you can actually say, hey, this is where I started at, this is where I volunteer, this is where I give them my time. So it adds that level of comfort to people who maybe, I don't know, but you add that level to that, to say it's a great place, and why don't you come and join me and try out. And it's worked because they're repeating and they're coming back. So
exactly. Thank
you so much. So what do you think? Do you have a secret about recruiting volunteers, or do you have a spiel or a script?
I have a bit of an advantage in that we do have the Global Day of Service.
Okay, yeah.
And having been able to do the independent projects where I say, instead of doing the main project that was assigned to the department, if that's not your cup of tea, if your passions lie elsewhere, this is an opportunity. And having multiple people sign up and then others say, I want to be on the wait list because we filled all the slots, I immediately get that list of people who I know are interested or passionate about this type of work. So it's a little bit of a cheat in a way because I have that easy in. I have that list of people whom I can approach on my email list. But beyond that, it's just talking with people and whenever there's opportunities, and at Lilly we constantly have opportunities to talk about philanthropy, right? We have our United Way campaign, we have our various other places where I can act as an ambassador for Second Helpings through the different employee journeys. So when I get to bring up Second Helpings and see who responds, I can immediately say, we do this monthly, let me put you on the email list. If dates work for you, join us. And then the other thing is just having the communication and flexibility. We have a lot of difficulty scheduling things regularly because we just have so much work, so many standing meetings. Everyone has different conflicts. So just saying, we're going to make this flexible. Every month it'll be a different day of the week, different shift. We're not going to keep this regular so that people who have, the Tuesday afternoon constant meeting don't feel excluded.
Can you let us know or let people know who are watching what kind of opportunities we have to serve, the different places that you've brought a group in and the areas that they've served here at Second Helping?
Certainly. So if you're joining as a group, I think the ones we have the most work in were either the flex space where we prepare sandwiches or ready-to-go meals, or in the prep kitchen, where it's taking the raw ingredients, vegetables, other produce, meats, and prepping them so they are ready to go in the ovens or the tilts to be turned into those large bulk meals that will then get distributed. So it's a lot of either assembly line work where you have the sandwiches lined up, so one person's doing all the bread, one person's putting in the meats, one person's wrapping it, or weighing out the containers. Or it's knife work and knife skills, and that's always fun as well. But when we have a larger group and we get a bit of an overflow, we'll often have a few people get sent into the hub and say, hey, we have this stuff coming off the truck. We need it sorted. People really enjoy that, actually. Seeing what gets brought in, what gets rescued, and how much gets turned into usable food, and really good usable food that would otherwise just go to waste. People are really impressed by that, and so working in the hub has always been a highlight as well whenever we've got to do that. And as an individual, I've done a lot of other elements as well. So food rescue, food delivery, that's always been a lot of fun in some ways, really eye-opening in others, just seeing the areas of the community where we serve and the areas that need this service. I've also had a chance to interact with the culinary students as well from the interview prep. Because as part of my job at Lilly, I also participate in recruiting new people and interviewing them for their positions. So I've been able to use some of those skills to train the culinary students in prepping for interviews as they are getting ready to graduate from here and apply for positions in the culinary world. And so that's been a lot of fun as well, for interacting with the students.
So as we wrap up, and again, thank you for your time and coming in and spending some time with me, can you offer any feedback or suggestions to anyone that may want to do what you're doing as far as recruiting volunteers? Could you offer any suggestions for them? I know people want to do things, but they just don't know how to start or where to start. Can you offer some of that?
I would say start small and don't be intimidated by the size of the group being a maximum of 10. We've had months where I could only get one other person, and between two of us, we'd knock out 400 sandwiches. Seeing those crates of sandwiches ready to go out, multiple agencies, is quite gratifying.
Yeah.
So if you think you can only recruit 2, 3, 4 people and have a smaller group come in, don't let that be a stopping point. Get started somewhere, and then those people, if they enjoy their experience here, they'll be ambassadors too, and the network starts to spread. So start wherever you can. If you want to have a group, recruit the people you know are interested or whose passions lie in this area, and go from there.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Nick, again for coming in and talking about volunteering here at the Second Helpings. You have plenty of information. If anybody wants to volunteer, they can log on our website, and it's very simple to get logged in and get recruited to volunteer. But I appreciate your time, and thank you. I look forward to all the many volunteers that you bring here at Second Helpings.
Absolutely. I'm always happy to help.
Thank you, Nick.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Good.